What's up, duelists? I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Schwifty122. I don't remember the numbers. Josh, what's up, Josh? How are you doing today?
What's up, Keegan? I'm good, man. I'm great. Glad to be here.
Yo, you just had a hell of a weekend playing in RBET. You went a bajillion and one, apparently, with Quickdraw Dandy Warrior. And this is your updated Quickdraw Dandy Warrior list. This is the list you played in the tournament. Just a few quick questions. We do have an opponent waiting on us that we are going to go hop into, and you're going to show me the ropes, show me how to play it. But is there anything
Sounds
you
good.
want to comment on this deck list that you think people should know about? Any of these updates, like going for the full 3 quick draw, 3 debris, 3 Caius, future fusion,
Yeah,
any of that stuff you want
I'd
to
be
talk about?
happy to. So, Future Fusion, I think for anyone that's like messed around with this deck, it's fucking awesome in this deck. Like, Foolish Burial is obviously really strong in Quick Draw. This is a second stronger Foolish Burial. Like, yes, it can be MST'd, but outside or Royal Oppressioned. But outside of that situation, it's just way better. It gets another hero in the grave for Avarice. It gives you Gaia if it's not removed. So that's pretty strong. This little 3 hero package is a pretty consistent way to do it without running any particularly bad cards. Evil Hero can go into Caius. Neos, Elias, and Stratos can beat over things that, without like you committing cards. I think that's really important in Quick Draw to like have a way to deal with smaller threats without having to play a bunch of cards. Triple Caius Caius is one of the strongest cards in Edison. I think everyone kind of knows that at this point. And this deck has a lot of ways to tribute into it. There's a lot of turns you end with tokens. You also have Hamster there too. Debris is really strong. I never really understood why people were not running 3 of Debris in Quick Draw decks. I think in this version, it's even better because you also have Future Fusion. So there's another way to make Debris live turn 1 or very quickly. And making turn 1 Stardust Dragons with back row is really good. People Quick Draw is a little more controversial, I think. A lot of people like 2. I think the thing with that is you don't want multiple quick draws, right? And that's the thing when you run 3 of a card, you do risk getting multiples, but you always want one, in my experience. Like, I always want the option to make a quick draw play. So 3 feels like the right number.
Yeah, every time I'm playing a list, I'm like trying to find ways to justify playing 3, whether that's like including level limit, or not level limit, level eater, or like just random other 1 stars like DD Crow in the main to try and fit the 3rd quick draw in. And it looks like you're just saying, fuck it, I'm just going to play all 3 and not play any of those shitty cards. And just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, if you draw 2, you can, like, I don't know, ditch 1 for drill or ditch 1 for the other quick draw. Like, it's not super ideal, but I still would rather have 2 than none.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially in a list where, like, you're playing 3 Caius. And so, like, worst case scenario, you can, like, pitch 1 quick draw to another and then sack for Caius. And it's, like, -1, but you get bored and you get control of the game again. So yeah, I think
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not great to go -1, but Caius plays at the right time are huge.
exactly being able to do that on demand is pretty important. So having 3 quick draw makes sense. The only other things I want to ask about is like Necrogarna. This card's the truth, right? Like, am I just
Yeah, God knows the truth. Like, he's not great to draw. Like, it's not the worst if you draw him because, you can pitch it for quick draw or you can pitch it for drill. You can set it, which is like okay-ish, right? But he's really good. He's especially good versus decks like Blackwings, which can kill you even with board because of like a pumped Bora. And so like being able to, or like if they're going to get a Shura effect off, like being able to guard into that is amazing. It always feels good to mill him. It feels fine to pitch him with quick draw. He's just, yeah, he's the truth.
yeah. And before this, we had been talking about a different Lightstorm package with like Lila, Raiko, and Jane. And it looks like you moved back to 1 Hamster and a 2nd Raiko instead of playing the Jane. But you kept the Lila. Did you like the Lila?
I did like Delilah, and honestly, I liked the Jane too. And if I had room, I might still include Jane. It's just, the space is tight for a few choices there at the end. And, Hamster is a really strong card. I don't know if it's necessarily good in multiples, because it's like, it can be really slow, it can be bad going second. But when Hamster resolves, and, especially when it survives, it's very powerful. And I liked having an extra Raiko. I think it's good to have plays that don't require you to commit. If your hand's a little awkward, you have Avarice and back row, like Raiko is a good standalone monster before you draw into some shit. Maybe you get lucky and mill Dandy or Gardna. So yeah, I liked this. Lila felt good. Jane is good too, though. You should definitely try that if you're curious.
Yeah. And then the last thing I guess would be the 40th card being Book of Moon. Was it good that I that
It
I
was good, yeah. So I'll say too, yeah, Keegan, I appreciate you because we've chatted a lot ever since like I started including the hero package, and then we tried level leader, and you gave the suggestion of one Raiko, one Lila, one Jane that I was running for a while, and that does feel good too. And then I was like, yeah, Keegan, I've got room. Should it be Compulse or Book? And you suggested Book, and I do like Book of Moon. I think Book of Moon's a really good card. Um, it's not always good to have multiples of it because it doesn't like generate you necessarily a removal like other cards do, but it's just so goddamn versatile. And it's also really good against, Trap Stun has gained popularity, including in our own deck here, but Book of Moon is a way that you can get through things even through Trap Stun. And it's good against brain control, obviously. It makes people feel bad when you Book of Moon the brain control target. It can stop synchro plays before they happen. So, even if you bottomless like the Brionic, they might still get priority and remove your thing. Book of Moon can stop that. Book of Moon's Book of Moon. So I like the main one, side one. It also has cool synergy with Quickdraw, where players will sometimes, they'll side Dinah or Vanity's Fiend if it's like frogs. And you can keep the Book of Moon in your hand. So that way, if you go for a Drill Warrior play, they play Dinah, they play Vanities, in your draw phase or standby phase before Drill resolves, you can book the thing that's preventing you from special summoning and then still get your Drill back.
Yeah, it has
So that's a good
another
option.
it has another interesting synergy with Quick Draw that came up for me the other day as well. You can sometimes summon Drill and then priority activate Drill's effect to banish. And if they chain bottomless, you can chain Book and he'll be flip face down, but his effect to banish will still resolve, so you'll still discard and he'll still get banished and you'll dodge the bottomless that way.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, Drill and Quickdraw are both weird in that their discard is not cost, which a lot of people are confused about. It's part of the effect for both of them. But in the case of Drill Warrior, if it's removed in response to its effect, you still discard. But it'll still resolve through Book. So like you said, you can Book and then the effect will still finish. You'll discard the card and it'll be banished and save it. So I haven't had that come up, but that's definitely something that could come up. So that's cool that you did.
Yeah. I also like it with like Titanial. Sometimes your opponent will like try to brain control just to out your Titanial and you'd be like, I'll just rather Book my Titanial, and then you force them to get over at 2600 after they've used their brain control, and it's usually pretty impossible. So no, I just like
Yeah,
the card a lot.
Titanial's stats are stacked, right?
Yeah, they're super good. Anyway, we got an opponent waiting on us. I feel bad like we're
Yeah,
making
so
him wait. He's probably messaging me right now.
we can always chat while they're trying to figure out how to get
Exactly,
over our
exactly,
plays.
exactly. I'll just host real quick for him. But yeah, no, the deck is like, I think what I thought of the deck before the Future Fusion is I thought it was kind of like tier two, like kind of like a lesser option, because when you're forced to like try and like blind mill dandy or like randomly mill dandy, it feels very inconsistent. But now that it has Future Fusion in it, and also now that it has like the Necro Garden and Trap Stun, the deck feels like a tier one deck again. I don't know why, but it's just like that small change is all it needed to be like to feel incredibly busted.
I definitely think it's close. I think like if I had to separate the main difference between maybe like the more the things we consider tier one more often is they might be like Blackwings to me and Frogs feel like really consistent decks. And this is like getting there. I don't know if it's as consistent, but it doesn't mean it can't crush those decks pretty consistently if you build it right.
Yeah, I feel like this deck just fucking destroys Frogs. Like every time I play this deck against Frogs, I'm just like, how do they ever beat me? Like even if they have
The hero
vanities.
frogs feel good. The dream frogs I can still struggle with sometimes, but that's not as popular in my
Yeah, I
opinion. Like
get
it
you.
seems
I get you. That matchup is more like that matchup's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like you're kind of fighting for positioning, and if they get a big board going with like a Stardust or something,
ice paper Keegan.
I know I was gonna ask you, but I was in the middle of monologuing, and I just
No, no, you did it right. I would have done it wrong for sure.
oh, we have the same sleeves. It's a true mirror match. Okay, this is your
All
opening
right.
hand. How do you play it?
It's not incredible, but it's playable. There's a lot of hands that are playable. I would, since you're going first, I always would start with Sangan in this position. If they kill it, that's great. You can get quick draw, and you have quick draw dandy. I'd probably set the MST too. I don't know what he's on. Maybe you hit an end phase dust shoot, maybe you hit a fucking future fusion. We don't know what he's on. But this way, if they don't kill the Sangan, you've got Tribute Caius. If they do, you get quick draw. You're kind of in a good place as long as he doesn't banish it.
Looks like
Great.
he has the same idea, right? True mirror match, same
hmm
sleeves, same starting summon.
Did he copy our deck?
Maybe he's just playing the
Yeah.
same. That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
That'd be a
And
perfect
hopefully he only
showcase.
sets one. He's not. Yeah. Oh, perfect. So I would definitely and phase that.
Yeah, get that shit out of here, bruh. Get
And we
that
don't know what deck
auto.
he's on. Oh,
Fuck.
of course we draw Titanium because
That's
that's
okay.
just the fate.
It's
I
a
think it's safe to make Drill Warrior game one here. If he's so, let's think for a second. What decks actually even run Sanguine, right? Vayu Turbo doesn't run Sanguine. Blackwings don't run Sanguine.
Vayu Turbo
Frogs don't run
used
Sanguine.
Vayu Turbo used to run
Do they
Sanguine,
run?
but they don't anymore. I
Uh,
don't know why they stopped.
so
Sanguine's very
I'm
good.
gonna say Drill Warrior here is safe, and then I might not even hit the Sanguine.
Yeah, we're gonna
Let me think
Caius.
for a second.
We're gonna Caius the Sanguine for
You
sure.
agree, right?
Yeah, we have two
So
Caiuses, and that's a
fuck their search.
exactly. I'm not giving them a search. I don't want them to find Herald of Orange Light if it's like Chaos Fairy or some shit. You know?
Yeah, and drawing Titanial is obviously not ideal, but here we have a way to get rid of it that doesn't feel too bad.
Exactly. No, this is for sure the move. We could have set
Now be
Alias.
careful though.
Would have been funny too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That actually would have been solid. I didn't think, but that's okay. Um,
It just gives him something to Caius if we set it though. So I'm not like 100% on it whether we
that's
should have
true.
set it.
That's true too. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Goodbye token. Fuck. He has more back row.
That's all right. So I think and this is actually a good example for quick draw players. You have to be smart with your drill warriors. Remember, they can't bottomless or torrential here when it returns because the last thing to happen is adding a card to our hand. So I don't think we need to attack. The 1200 is not imperative. I think we just activate drill's effect to. Oh, okay. So that's a mistake on his part. And the reason that's a mistake on his part is he could have chained that to the drill effect and we'd still discard. Unless he doesn't want us to discard Dandy, right? If he has Caius in hand and wants us to set Dandy so we can banish it.
Yeah. But we drew torrential.
But we do have torrential. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the perfect counter.
I also think
right
that
there.
like if he was thinking we were going to attack for 12, he might have wanted to preserve.
I'm assuming he's on Diva. Diva Hero Zombie, maybe. Yeah, he could have done it in change or in response to the attack though. So either way, it was like kind of a misplay to rush it there, but that's
Eaten
okay.
the battle phase, yeah, that's true.
We'll just take 12. Like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking because he ditched Plague and he's running Phoenix Wing, my inclination is like Diva Hero Zombie, something like that.
That or like Teledad. That's kind of popular right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot Teledad's a thing now.
Yeah, deck is good. Have you played it yet, or have you played against it?
I haven't. I'm skeptical only because it's like, any deck that revolves around a limited card is like, what happens if you don't have it?
I think the idea is that you play 3 of everything. Here comes the Caius, yeah.
Ooh, hook, line, and sinker, baby.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really matter what he targets. We're still going to torrential, but we'll make him do it anyway.
Yeah. So I think, what were we talking about? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I think it's good because you play double Gold Sark. So it's kind of like you just play 3 copies of any limited card, and you just like you summon a Krebins and you try to survive 2 turns, and then you just win 2 turns later. So you have
Krebins
to
is a good card. I do like I think Krebins is actually pretty powerful.
Yeah, I think so too.
He does
I
have
think it's
3
very
Darks
simple.
Engrave, but I don't think it would be good here for him to drop Dad. So
It might be our hand.
it might be.
Yeah, it might be just like good enough. You know what I mean? He searched Card Trooper. What the fuck? What plays Card Trooper? Is that like
Oh, interesting.
Is this just normal Alias? Oh wait, he can crash with
It
that
could
Card
be.
Trooper.
Oh, did he search Card Trooper?
Yeah, he searched Card Trooper. I'm just gonna Caius his back row. I don't fuck-
Yeah, I think that's fine. Worst case scenario, it's torrential, but this forces whatever it is. Fantastic. Now, I would say the assumption here is he doesn't have Gores because he's setting a dead back row. And then, yeah, there you go. Now we get our future live.
Exactly.
We have Alias in hand, but
It's fine. Alias is still fine here. And plus, we could always draw Avarice. Like this is not a big deal.
no, exactly. And for anyone that's like, is Future Fusion ever dead? The honest answer is very, very rarely. This feels like the right amount of heroes to keep it live very often. Worst case scenario, you Avarice back a hero. Worst case scenario, yeah, it's dead and you set it as a fake back row. But throughout the entire tournament run I had, which was something like 15 matches, Fufu was dead 0 times.
Also, you can pitch it to drill, like worst case scenario. You know what I mean? Like
Sure. Also, yeah, ditch. You can't ditch it for quick, but you can ditch any card for drill. So that's true.
we still are at risk of Dark Arm Dragon here, and we are at risk of like a Plague play, but we have a follow up Caius and we have a shitload of tokens, so like can't be that bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, like and the deck has a lot of good tops too, right? Like Kai, we already have another Kai's in hand, but in this case, Debris Dragon is insane, and there's 3 of them. Avarice, there's 2. Quickdraw is even good here. There's 2 more, and then they're pretty low on life. So
Yeah. Yeah, Quick Draw wins the
I
game.
mean,
Yeah.
honestly, Dad's a blowout, but like that's also just Dad. Like Dad is a broken card, so I think he doesn't have it. I feel like he probably would have slammed it before at this
He
point.
was thinking very hard there between banishing Malicious and banishing something else. I'm curious what his something else is that he would think about. Like, why would you keep Malicious over the something else, you know?
Yeah, I think he's probably gonna just drop a level 4 and go Goyo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we are fine with Goyo because Caius outs both,
Yeah, yeah, and this is still 3 darks. God damn it! Wait a
he went
fucking
for
second.
Wait, what? I don't know about that. Does this make sense to you, Keegan?
I don't.
Because isn't Goyo just a way better play here? Like, yeah, you take a little less damage, but then he gets your Caius. You have to out both.
He probably has like a battle trap.
Well, it's foolish. And another great thing about running Gardna is sometimes you'll have both Dandies and Grave, and foolish gives another target.
Yeah, it makes your foolish much better. I'm just gonna fucking kill him.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna hit the back row. Okay.
Yeah.
I personally would hit the monster here, but that's fine. That could just be very, different. You might be right. It might be a mirror force.
I just like you wouldn't make Irokizis unless you had Mirror Force, right? Or it's return. Yeah, it's return. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was hoping to survive this turn based off of
Why is he activating the return?
Because he dies if he doesn't. If we have quick draw.
Well, no, because you have to crash. Oh, if you have quick draw. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's forced to activate. I mean, he probably does if we have quick draw anyway, right? Because of Nitro. No, we can't make Nitro. Unless we have quick draw Dandy specifically. I mean, this is fine. We just crash with the Urukizis and Foolish Necro. Or we could just Foolish Necro and Necro the Urukizis attack and then Gaia his Urukizis next turn.
No, I'd crash the Urquiza because we still have a Caius, and then, we don't attack the Plague or the Malicious. We let those both go back to Banish.
Yeah.
We Gardna. Yeah, and Gaia comes next turn. Like, he's kind of fucked.
I think so, too. I think he just, like, got steamrolled by our Caius advantage this game. Yeah, he's going to admit defeat.
Yep, there's game 1. Yeah, so in that case, he did have an out to Drill, but Drill, it was fine. And it's still, all the abilities to get...
so broken.
Future Fusion was nice, too, Like, let's say he had something to stay alive. Gaia gets over almost any monster he can pump out because it steals half their attack. It does 2,200 damage. Like, so, there's still a lot he has to deal with. Okay, so this is Diva Hero, right? Or we haven't seen the Diva, but...
Yeah, I'm assuming it's Diva Hero. I don't really know how you would side against it, but like I'm looking at these 4 cards.
I always do side the 2 crows. I always do side the Compulse. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen some versions that run more traps than others. So like the Dust and or Trap Stun sometimes vary. This looks fine to me.
The reason I'm citing the Trap Stun is we saw Phoenix Wing and we saw Deck Dev, and those are both like high value and return as well.
Good point.
So it's like 3 really high value targets for the Trap Stun.
Yeah, I agree. So what would you take out here? Dust Shoot?
Yeah, I usually cut Dust Shoot because it doesn't take the Miracle Fusion, and we're going second, so it's like worse.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll cut a Bottomless going second against this deck because they can make like Stardust or whatever. It's up to you.
That's fine. Bottomless.
I keep in the 1 book probably.
1-1.
Yeah. The Mirror Force I sometimes take out against this deck. Like, it can be good, but sometimes they, like, before they go in for game, they're either dadding the back row, or they're Bryonic bouncing, or they're making Stardust, so it's like, it's okay, it can be good, And then maybe Hamster or the 3rd Caius. Probably the 3rd Caius going second.
Dude, I love Caius.
I'd probably keep the Hamster. Like, I don't know. You want the Caius over the Hamster?
I want them both. I think I'm going to side the book, too, because we're cutting some removal.
Okay. That's not bad. Book is good against this deck.
But I would also kind of want to keep the 3rd Caius because I'm greedy as fuck.
Do you?
He showed Card Trooper.
I
What
mean,
the
like
fuck?
in that hand, we opened two, and like it was good we went first. I feel like that could have been hard to get the Kaios off going second, maybe. Okay, this hand's all right.
He's got his
We
big boy play. If he searches malicious, he's playing Teledad. Yeah, okay, so he's playing. I think he's playing a Krevin's deck,
well,
which
no.
is right.
I mean, Diva Hero would search malicious too.
Wouldn't it search the evil guy?
No, probably not. Malicious is usually better if like they have a way to ditch it or they want to make a play. I think malicious is priority.
I see.
Okay, so I would just hold our quick draw on Evil Hero here and just make big boy Titanial. I might even set all three back row, because it's like if they have heavy, yeah, you have to solemn it. That sucks. But if they don't, like Titanial with all this back row, I don't know. Could be juicy.
We could also go get a Dandelion.
I wouldn't here. I like Titanial here personally, but
Quick draw,
like
Quick draw
Dandy's
Dandy's
nice with
pretty
quick
good.
draw, but
It's
even
pretty good.
Titanial's good too. Like,
And we
I
got
don't know.
torrential Titanial. I'm gonna take your advice, but I would get Dandelion here. I personally.
See, I wouldn't. Well, what happens if he Kaios? I mean, you have torrential, yeah, but like, I don't know. I think I wouldn't want to rely on Dandy here when, like, you also want to get Titanial out of the deck because
He
drawing
has
it
no
sucks.
back row too, so like, oh, man.
That's all the reason to get Titanial.
I guess.
You can't bottomless it. Now, like, what does Titanial die to? Mirror
Okay,
and torrential.
He said Titanial in hand Prage. No, now that he said it, I'm getting
See,
Titanial.
he's scared of it.
Now that he said it, I'm getting Titanial. Get the fuck out. If he didn't say that, oh man.
I would only get Dandy if either obviously if I had Titanial or if my hand was like not just quick draw but also like Kaios's. But here, like, quick draw will be live eventually. We don't need to use it now.
I'm
Titanial
just nervous we're gonna
back
be
rows.
forced to torrential a colossal fighter, and like we're gonna force.
The deck can't make Colossal that easy. Like, we also have Book.
Oh, I guess yeah.
We can stop
book
it before
the-
it happens.
We could book the 6-star. Dandy would have been so good.
No, because I still like even with Dandy here. I don't know. I think it's fine to just swing in.
Yeah. Plus, we got evil guy for the Kaya, so it's like it's
Yeah, we've got Evil Kaios. Dandy quick draw will be live later. We're in no rush.
Oh
yeah,
my
dude,
god,
he can't do shit.
Dude, he can't do anything.
I mean, look at the clock too that Titanial puts him on.
Yeah, now he's just dead to the Kaya's quick draw.
He's dead so fast.
Oh no, he's not.
We have
It's only
Solemn
one more.
too.
We do have
Yeah.
Solemn, that's true.
He can't. Honestly, I might go pitch quick draw,
Junk Warrior,
for special
Junk Archer.
Kaios, or pitch Evil Hero for quick draw, special Kaios.
We could.
You know what I mean? Normal Kaios.
Would we Kaios or would we Junk Archer? Because we could pitch quick draw for quick draw, summon evil guy, make Junk Archer.
Kaios is better, right?
Is it better?
Kaios banishes it permanently. Yeah, at least I would keep one quick draw in hand. So I would pitch Evil Hero for quick draw, tribute quick draw for Kaios, and then hold the other quick draw for like if we get Dandy later.
Okay.
Because we have Solemn. Like, so he needs 2 outs.
If he rugs this, I'm letting it resolve. Oh,
GG.
GG's.
Right,
GG's.
solid 2-0. And,
Do
you know,
want
assuming
a
even
run
he had-
back? Question. I can't spell. Holy shit. It says
This
this deck.
fucking play. It
What
was
deck?
Diva Hero, right? I think I don't know. Is it Teledad or Diva Hero? Like, we still never saw Diva.
Still don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks similar, right?
Yeah. Kind of.
The two decks, I mean?
What deck is that? I actually can't tell.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards Diva Hero because usually they're the ones running Phoenix
The
Wing.
one that.
Oh, it was
it is.
Teledad.
It was Teledad. Yeah, because I thought he's.
It was Teledad,
We normally
yeah.
search Evil Guy and Diva Hero. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, we
Man,
just never saw any
ass,
of
what
the
the fuck?
Krebins and shit.
Dude, his hand was really bad though. To be fair, like it was like no starters, return Powerwell. Huh. Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I'll just host
Okay,
it.
well-
It's like- we'll play.
Yeah,
against
what's
something
he's
else.
switching decks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was good. I think that was
Yeah,
a
I
good
mean,
like
what-
showcase of like Future Fusion. Like it showed the power
For sure.
increase of having Future Fusion in the deck, right?
Yeah. And yeah, Evil Hero obviously it lets you go special tribute Kaios. It's also you can fuse it with quick draw. Like it's not always an incredible card, but like it's not quite a Garnet. It does have uses.
It's a debris target too, which is like pretty good. Which
Yeah,
of these
like-
do you want to pick?
I go rock these days.
God damn it.
See, that's why you shouldn't listen to me.
God damn it. I was gonna pick scissors.
I'm terrible at rock paper scissors.
Oh my.
I wish we could
God.
just roll virtual dice. Like, why the fuck are we still doing rock paper?
I
scissors?
know.
Right.
Oh well, we opened the nuts. We opened the nuts, aka
Well,
Titanium.
yeah, tight, but otherwise. I mean, going second, this is obviously like if the future gets stopped. Okay, good. Blackwings. I say good not because it's a good matchup, but because it's, it's popular and something to consider.
This hand
So,
is so good. This hand is so good.
well, this is tricky though. Shura plus Black
Is it
back row is
tricky?
always tricky.
Is it tricky?
Well, let's say he collutes your card trooper here. Then what, you
Okay.
just set torrential and okay.
This 1-for-1, and then we just set torrential. Yeah. I don't see a problem.
Okay.
I don't see a problem.
Well, what if he has Icarus?
All right, then he Icaruses us. I don't know. He has to Icarus his own
Okay.
card because
No, I mean this might still be the play. Okay, deprison. All right. Well, we hope he doesn't have heavy, but I think we just play both.
we play both.
Well, what would you do? Just set torrential pass, or would you just future pass?
I would just set torrential pass. Or I would just future pass.
Yeah, there's validity to all three, I think, in lines here.
What do you want to? Okay, so he doesn't have Kalut. We know he doesn't have Kalut because he wouldn't have deprisoned, right? Or would
Is that
he
true?
Would he have deprisoned?
I don't know. I feel like I would. If I were him, I feel like I'd Kalut, right?
Yeah, I would Kalut. So he doesn't have. We know he doesn't have Kalut. So
But, I don't know if it's 100% no, because maybe he really did want us to deny us the draw too. I would say it's likely.
He also didn't set multiple back row, so he has more monsters to play. I think we just set torrential and we save future fusion for when he only has one normal summon. Like we bait him to overcommit. He could also have heavy storm because he only set one. So I'm like really like this might be too conservative, but I kind of like this a little bit more.
It's tricky, right? Going second under Shura back row is always tricky. Okay. I think we go. Okay, so normally this is actually interesting. Normally, Lila priority doesn't matter because anything that stops Lila that stops the effect. In this case, Lila priority would matter. The reason being, let's say he has Icarus attack.
He chains it, then we chain torrential.
Well, no, it doesn't matter actually because the sure is dead anyway. But let's say he had another card, another monster. In this case, yes, you could chain it and then chain torrential.
Yeah,
I think we Lila. Yeah, I think even though it gives him a Shura.
Priority.
Yeah, let's just see what he does.
He's gonna chain bottomless.
Do we chain torrential here?
Yeah, because we have bottomless to stop his next summon. And he didn't heavy storm us, so I'm gonna play both this turn.
Okay.
It's just 2 for 2, and then we get bored, and then he's behind a full turn.
Yeah, it puts Lyle in the grave too, so like if we get Avarice, we're a little closer to it being live.
We also don't necessarily have to
set bottomless. We don't, because if he goes like Blizzard or whatever, like worst case scenario here is like Sirocco Bora pump for 37, something like that.
Yeah, worst case scenario is probably top deck. You send Stratos, right? Oh.
I send Neos if I have the Stratos target still.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if I have drawn Evil Hero, then I'll send Stratos, but otherwise I'll usually send Neos.
Angry Dandy tokens because he's playing Blackwings. Yeah, we could not set bottomless, but I think I'm gonna set bottomless. I just don't want to.
I think go for it. Yeah, I mean, obviously heavy sucks, but that often is the case, because heavy is strong.
Yeah, if he's sandbagged heavy, he's really good. So this
I definitely, bottomless the fuck out of that.
Bottomless I would rather just Kaius it. Like, just
no,
bottomless
because
the
what
Bora?
if he drops Bora here?
Then you bottomless, I think bottomless the Bora, though. And then we have a Kaius target. But, I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to take your advice.
Yeah, because what if he goes Gale, too? I don't know. I would just get rid of it, but... Yeah.
Okay, so that's turn 1. We're going Titanial, right?
I think he has Gores? Do they run Gores anymore?
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
But I'm hitting him for 28, and next turn we're getting Gaia.
Yeah. No Gores? Excellent. Yeah, I agree with that. Amazing.
Now we probably just win. We just saw him as normal and the game ends, right?
Probably. Well, no, that'd be 5,000, but yeah, if you tribute and then...
Kaius burn is...
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sell him this.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna think.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna think. He didn't have back row last turn. He would have had a top back row this turn.
He has 2 Darks in grave, right? So there's no dad.
Yeah. Plus, we can just Kaius whatever back row he did draw. If it's Mirror Force or Icarus or whatever, it doesn't matter. We can just Kaius it off the Gaia and then just win.
I mean, I would say we know he doesn't have Torrential, because if, you just slam set that, right? The only way to think is if,
we do this to play around.
Might as well, right? Yeah, might as well. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't think it was.
and
All right,
then
so that's game.
yeah, just
Good shit. So that's 5, and then we'll tribute our Gaia.
he
Or
did
Gaia
have
machine,
Gale. He did have
guys.
Gale, so your read was correct on the.
Ah,
You kind of know your shit. What can I say? Oh man, must be the 8 million ladder games.
I grinded a lot with this deck. I mean, oh, and that's something I wanted to say too. For the video for quick draw players is before I came to this list, I played a lot of fucking quick draw. I'm a huge fan of this deck. I think it's one of the most fun decks in Edison. Oh wait, sorry, we'll talk siding real quick and then I'll get back to my story. I bring in a lot versus Blackwings. I change a lot. This is where you and I might differ. I actually side out 2 of the 3 quick draws against Blackwing after game
Yeah,
1.
I always leave him in because I ain't no bitch. Mama didn't
Yeah.
raise no bitch.
Nah, yeah, I'm more of a bitch. I will bring in everything you sided. I only side in 1 dust going second. The reason being is I keep in heavy, and then sometimes going first, I'll side out the heavy against Blackwings. I will bring in both Sirocco going second. I will bring in my body, Starlight, Trap Stun, Dust Tornado, and D Prison. Like the reason that's in the side is for decks like Blackwing.
Okay, so we're cutting a debris
Taking
dragon, right?
I cut a debris. I cut solemn because I have my body, the trap stuns, the dust. So like I don't want to pay the life total when like my body or trap stun will kind of accomplish the same
Do
thing.
you leave in?
Um,
Do you leave in brain control?
I take. I do leave in brain control. I'll take out 1 Caius going second. I guess you don't like to do that. I keep in hamster. I think hamster's good.
Really, I think that they deck dev the shit out of me. I usually side out 1 hamster, 1 Raikou.
See, Vayu I do because I think they're more likely to get off an immediate deck dev. I think Blackwings sometimes are not as like immediate with it.
Okay.
I think like I can.
I
Yeah.
usually side out Sangan too
Oh,
versus
I do
Blackwings.
too. Sangan's usually just Shura bait. So I usually side out Sangan. Yeah, that looks, let me just look real quick. That looks good. Yeah, sometimes I'll side out an Avarice, but like, I don't know.
I
I kind of
always
want
keep
it.
3 Caius. I think Caius is like the best card in this matchup, but I could be
it.
greedy.
It's super good, but like, what if you just can't establish board? You know?
You can
Like,
always
what do you
establish.
tribute?
Oh, I guess you're taking out quick draws. You side out the quick draws.
Yeah,
I don't side them out because I just want to Caius the shit out of the Blackwing monster and then just win. But
sure. Yeah, and I might not be right. You might be correct. Like, I don't know. It's just like, they usually side in oppressions. They usually side in more deck devs.
we're
Like,
now
I just don't
three
want
for
more.
4 trying titanium in the open.
Yeah. Of course. But hey, if we're still winning games while keep drawing Titanial, then like great. This hand kind of sucks, but it's playable.
I
Okay.
think this hand is
Here's what I
fucking
would do.
fantastic, actually.
Here's what I would do. I actually might just set Trap Stun and pass.
That's some crackhead behavior, and I like it. This
'Cause
plays around Icarus.
usually they don't want to extend. Yeah, so no, usually they don't want to extend more Blackwings if you just set back row pass. So you're not
Yeah.
going to take more than 17. And then now you can get around Icarus and you can get around, So now I would just drop Neosalius
This hand would
and then
be
make
so
sure it's
good with
okay.
a quick draw. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Imagine.
And then I'd attack. They might have Kalut here, and then that's, damage calc. Yeah, this is usually what I fucking expect. They always go Kalut. Yeah. We take 12.
That's really bad.
And then it's bad, but like this is all we can do. So then I would set Bottomless and Torrential.
and then you have
And,
Trap Stun for Icarus, yeah.
right. And he's probably not going to summon, but like we have a couple of turns to draw out. This is just the strength of Blackwing sometimes. Like Kalut is really difficult. And our hand was bad.
I think our hand was bad. You're right. I think you might be. Oh,
Okay,
never mind.
that's a good draw.
Pause champ. Pause champ.
And we do have a target still.
Does he have another fucking Kalut?
Probably. They always do against me, I swear to God.
He didn't deck dev us, which was nice, I guess. That was polite.
Well, it means he probably doesn't have it, right? Or do you think he just doesn't want to lose the Boro?
He read the Trap Stun.
Okay. Excellent. This is good.
I'm setting the fucking bottom list.
Do you? What about you're not afraid of heavy?
I can't be. Like, you can't be in this situation, right?
Well, we have bottomless and torrential. Do you need, like, what do you need both for?
Dark Arm Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Like, if he goes Blizzard, bring something back, make whatever the fuck, you bottomless it, then drops dad. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay, no heavy, probably.
Or like
so,
a Greffer pitch play. We still don't know if he's on like hybrid or not. He probably isn't, but he could be.
okay, so pause for a second here. This is interesting, right? Obviously, it's like the inclination is Caius. He probably has Icarus or That's a set Sirocco, and he
I'm
has
never
deck
playing
dev.
Kaius here. I'm just setting right. I'm just
Okay.
attacking. I'm just
Okay.
attacking. Cause like
No, I agree with you. I just kind of wanted to explain it to people watching because there might be like people, they're like, oh, Blackwing monster. I have Caius in hand. Let's go
if we
for it.
sack for Caius and he goes Icarus, it's still 2 for 2 Icarus, which is bad for us. We
Right.
want to get traps done 2 for 1 Icarus.
Exactly. And we have another normal besides Caius with Raiko. Okay, great. So we'll let him
Exactly.
target
And now we can Icar or we could Caius even.
one. No, wait for the other target.
Oh, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
No, it matters because, okay, so he just showed us he was playing around Starlight Road, and we just confirmed now that we don't have it by flipping traps done too early.
Oh, you're right. 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 Doesn't
Little things.
matter.
It's not a big deal.
Doesn't
But
matter.
and
I'm
don't forget to
playing this
attack.
game.
Did he take
Yeah,
18?
he did.
He
Yeah.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Because that's yeah, I'd set Raiko.
It's either set
Probably
Raiko
fuck
or we
around.
could get rid of one of these right now.
Nah, I personally would set Raiko, but if you feel differently. I like to Caius their dark monsters.
I agree. I agree.
I
I
think he
have
has
to agree.
dad.
The only reason, like, a second Icarus, yeah, he probably has dad.
I'm wondering what his back row are. Because he didn't bottomless or deprison or mirror. He didn't deck dev just now.
I'm
He
gonna. Oh, we
Icarus.
can't bottomless this. This is
That's
weird. He's
fine.
not. He's like playing weird, kind of.
I bet you anything. I'm 100% actually, 99%. One of his back row is Royal Oppression. So, because we haven't specialed yet.
What am I blowing up then?
Um,
He targeted his center
it,
back row. That's probably just. I'll
so
target
it's
the other one.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. Interesting.
They might both be
Or maybe they're both
legacies.
draw cards. Yeah, they might both be. Like usually they don't. Okay, so usually Blackwing players don't keep as many draw traps after game one, in my experience.
Against Raikou decks, they do. Usually. Or they should, I should say.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I would if I'd attack Kalud and then tribute for Caius. What would you do here?
Um, I think this is a hard one because he for sure has another Icarus. Because he left both bodies in play.
That's fine because then we have Evil Hero Caius to hit the other.
Yeah, I agree. But I
Let
would
him
probably
Icarus
I
now.
would probably attack the Blizzard.
You're not afraid that he drew another Kalud or something? It's unlikely, right?
Yeah. It's possible his plays like compulse his own Blizzard or something like that.
Interesting. Okay.
And also now that we've attacked the Blizzard and he reveals Mirror Force, it shows that he has no Kalut in hand.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, I think we just go for Caius banish Blizzard.
This is scary if he has oppression here. And we targeted the wrong one.
I think
But
he does.
he targeted his own chainable.
No, you're right. He wouldn't target the oppression. So
Yeah.
they're probably both draw cards,
I
and
think
he's
so,
just
too.
waiting to maybe next turn he'll use it.
I'm gonna target
Is it?
the Blizzard.
Yeah, the tuner for sure. Okay, and we know he probably didn't have dad unless he might actually. He might be holding it, but I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he has. Yeah, you were right.
Yeah,
Another draw
definitely
card.
another legacy. So even though we gave him information, he gave us information too. So
If heavy would be such a blowout right now, so we have to hope he doesn't have that.
yeah, it would be bad, but
More set. All right, there's another Icarus probably, or a deck dev. No, we have to attack because we can't tribute and then get Icarus.
unless it's Deep Prison, but he doesn't play it, does he? There's no way he plays.
Just
Deep
don't
Prison
hit
anyway.
the. He might, but I would hit the Kalut here because if that's a value, we don't want to enable Armed Wing.
I just think we just attack. I think we keep it simple.
No, I agree. We attack the
Because
Kalut.
we have torrential. Let's not lose our whole hand.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Okay,
just gonna work.
so-
Let's hold the
so
book
still-
because of heavy.
Yeah, let's hold the book. We've got enough back row set,
Yeah. Book is also actionable.
So I'm
on
guessing
our
that's
turn as well.
Vayu.
It probably question mark might be right.
Blackwings usually don't set this much. I would hit the new. I don't know, the old set, the new set. What do you think? The new one, the old one?
Let's hit the old one. Fuck it.
Let's hit the old one. Fuck it.
I don't know. It's the same either way, right? Like he wanted to
Kinda,
set
yeah.
old.
I felt like that was Vayu, but I don't know what this new one is. Maybe they're both Vayu. I don't know what he would set right now if he already has Vayu set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it's just another Vayu, which is totally possible. Maybe he just drew both and he just. All right, what's he getting?
Oh
I
man.
think we're fine. We have bottomless.
Yeah, what could you do? Like Brownic priority bounce? Like even
Nah, he'd probably.
like if he goes Goyo, we just bottomless.
Yeah, I think we're fine. Like, let's see what he gets.
Goyo.
Goyo,
Armed
yeah,
Wing
just
would be the
bottomless.
only reason maybe not to, but
I still might, like, even if I assume, okay, fuck. That's not great because we can't use. Yeah, that kind of sucks, actually.
it's fine.
Damn, Solemn is bad there.
It's fine
Well,
because
yeah, it's just that
we can book the Goyo and then just on the flip summon bottomless it again, so it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, or just set Gardna and then like rely on Torrential, or we just normal.
We
You know
need to
what? I
kill
would
the
just normal
Kaius.
Gardna Torrential. You know, just normal Gardna flip Torrential. Fuck
Oh
it.
yeah, that's really good too.
We still have bottomless. We still have book, and we have Gardna.
Yeah, he has armed wing. Oh, it was
Oh,
Dyna.
Dyna.
Yeah, that makes
That
sense.
explains it. Okay.
That's silly.
Yeah,
He
and we.
said it, but then he synchroed. We could have killed his whole board by just attacking the Dyna with the Sirocco. It says Dyna
Yeah.
straights.
So he's gonna his armed wing available in the grave. So I would probably set the book here. I feel like if he had heavy, he would have used it last turn, right? So unless he just rips it for turn, what do you think?
Okay, so we have Book Gardner. He
Actually,
goes. We just
we could just
pass.
keep the bottomless. Yeah, let's just pass
Yeah, we just
because
pass. We have Book
if he
Gardner.
goes, we can always keep one Blackwing up, and then what's he crowing? Oh, he's crowing our Gardner.
Ooh, tough.
Ooh,
Okay, but that's
okay.
fine. That's still like a card trading for Gardner, which was kind of like the.
No, it's fine. It's just now I wish I would have set book, but
Yeah, I agree. It's scary if he has like two summons, but if he doesn't have two summons, then I think we're okay.
I mean
Actually,
two
we just.
additional besides this one. We bottomless this, and then if he makes another one, it's okay. We have Sirocco to pump over it, and then we have book. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What do we have for debris? We have
We have
Dandy, right?
evil guy. We don't have Dandy this game.
Oh, okay.
Why would
We
we
have
ever see
Raiko.
Dandy? We never draw that card here.
He's at 2550. We can do 25. That's kind of funny.
I would just bring back evil guy and attack with both.
Yeah, well, let's look at his grave real quick just to see what's been used. Yeah, no bottomlesses have been used. Yeah, let's just see if the debris even works
Because
first.
this is 2 turn either way. Target evil guy, infernal guy. Okay. Um, if
Oh,
we
okay. He cited two crows. Okay. That's fine. We swing for 1,000, and then Book also puts debris to 2,000 defense if that's a better target than whatever he brings out.
yeah.
Yes, and debris being at 2,000 wall is relevant sometimes.
It is. Next turn we can like bars. Next turn we can always just like fuck. We win! Yay!
Dark Bribe.
GG's.
Dark Bribe and Blackwings, though? Hold on.
Dark
No
Bribe
offense,
plus Legacy.
Abadrava.
Don't these fill the same role? What is going on here? Crazy.
I've never
On my
seen Dark
day.
Bribe and Blackwing. But
Rough. I don't. Was he playing
I don't think he
badly?
played bad. No, I think he played fine. I think,
think the
Dark Bribe is a confusing
The
choice.
bad play might have been the Dyna play, but he says I'll get you next time. GG's.
Yeah.
GG's.
GG's. All right, so drawing Titanial doesn't slow us down, clearly.
Yeah, we beat Blackwings on a mulligan to 5 twice. That's awesome. That's actually so good. I think this deck is fucking insane, by the way. I think this is like I think something about the heroes and the future fusion makes it a tier 1 deck to me. I don't know why, but just like in my brain, if I see a deck go well, you went 12-1, right? In the tournament?
Correct. Or it was, yeah, 12 and 1 real game. So what I was saying, I think before we moved to siding, so yeah, so I overslept the first match, and then I had I logged into the Discord. I got like a DQ in the first match, obviously because I was AFK. But then I guess my next opponent wasn't around. He maybe dropped because he lost his first match, so I ended up getting a bye, and so I was still in the running. And then I just kept going from there and had like a pretty great run. Um, yeah, so I mean, it felt pretty good. Like even when I lost in top four, I felt like partly like the hand wasn't great. Going second with my like I opened like a hand that had like two Caius Necro Gardna, and it was just a bad turn like going second hand, and I think that cost me. But I also think like then I got fucked by Cactus Bouncer. I forgot that was a card. I think a big mistake that quick draw players make is making Drill Warrior too early, too often. He is easily countered, right? Burial from a different dimension, which Vayu main decks, will put him back in the grave, and then he doesn't return. so that fucks you. Royal Oppression on the return fucks you. Fossil Dyna just dropped that you can't book or whatever fucks you. So
Any discard trap
especially after
too. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, especially after game one, I think Drill Warrior is. You could still make him, and some decks he's still really good against, but like you have to be more careful with it. Turbo Warrior is a super underrated card. I remember like seeing in the Discord or whatever, someone's like, "Oh, you don't need to run Turbo." I'm like, "You definitely need to run Turbo. That card's really good."
Yeah, this card's
He cannot
insane.
be the last sentence is like something everyone doesn't read. This card cannot be targeted by the effects of level 6 or lower monsters. That means Caius. That
And
means Raikou.
Raikou.
That means Murmillo. That means Jizzerus, or however you say his name.
Jizzerus, yes, that's exactly
Yeah,
how we say it on this
that's how you
channel.
say it, right?
Gladiator Beast
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Jizzerus, yes,
I
exactly.
fucking hate that card. Just jizzes all over you. But
I know,
not
dang.
if Turbo Warrior's there, and he's
Right?
2,500, so he beats over the Monarchs. He also, because of his first line, if it's a level 6 or higher Synchro monster, it has to be Synchro. But he beats over Stardust. He beats over Goyo Guardians and Armor Masters that are brought with Vayu, whatever. So he can beat bigger attack monsters when you're attacking, and he can be hard to remove. Like for Vayu Turbo, that can be tricky. You can't Brayonic him. You can't Caius him. You can't kill him with Raikou. So he's really useful, and he doesn't require you to have to like ditch more cards like Drill Warrior
He's
does.
really good
So
against
sometimes he's
like
correct.
Frog Monarchs too. Like they just have trouble with this card sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because they're relying on Monarchs usually to deal with it. So people forget that last line a lot. I can't tell you the number of times people have tried to target it with an effect. Gale can't half it,
Yep.
right? I mean, there's a lot of interactions.
Yeah, there's so much like this style of effect, this Arcus Obelisk the Tormentor style of effect is so rare, but in Edison format, fucking everything targets. So like the best cards are like Titanial, Turbo Warrior, Arcus, like these weird cards that just can't be targeted because fucking nobody plays anything that doesn't target because targeting is like it's obviously better. Like Raikou, Caius being able to hit any card like that's so much better than just like non-targeted like smashing ground whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this deck just has one of the most consistent ways to make like turn one Stardust, turn one Titanials, things that are really good when you have back row, right? Like, Diva Hero, whatever, they can make Stardust if you have like Future Fusion, maybe. But this, like, you have Future, but you also have Foolish. You also can ditch Dandy with Quick Draw and then drop Debris. You're running 3 Debris. Like, it's very consistent.
Yeah, you could also I love how this deck just like maxes out on the power spells. I think you're about 40% to open Charge, Foolish, or Future Fusion, which is like pretty high. Like 40%
Yeah,
to
that
see one
sounds
of the power
accurate.
spells, like that's pretty high. That means like you have a pretty good chance of like seeing Dandy turn one between 40% of the power spells, and then you have double Lone Fire, double Dandy. Like
Yeah, and Quick Draw plus Dandy to like put him in the grave. Yeah, the odds of getting Dandy in your grave turn one are at least 40, 45%,
actually, they're significantly
or
higher
maybe
because
close to that.
you have seven copies of, and maybe not get it in your grave, but to actually get access to it is very, very high. Like you'll get Dandelion access turn one very, very consistently because of the Future
Yeah.
Fusion. But to actually get it in the grave, it's probably I'd say like 50%. Like half the games you should get Dandy in grave turn one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And then even without it, like the game we just had, like the deck still functions. It still can do very well. It still has a lot of plays. You know, yeah, deck dev is a question I think a lot of people have. I think Royal Oppression is not as big a deal. We have a trap stun in the main. We bring in more. Caius is a good out to Royal Oppression. There have even been games where I don't remove the Royal Oppression because I can just get out Caius's and they are stuck behind the Royal
Yeah,
Oppression.
plus Royal Oppression is really only good when they have the initiative. If you've gone first and you've already made a Stardust or you've already made like a Drill Warrior, like they're behind, right? I mean, Drill Warrior, I guess he special summons every
Yeah,
turn, right? But like, let's say you've gone first and you know it's a Royal Oppression matchup, and you've just like put a Nitro Warrior into play, and they draw Royal Oppression. It's just a brick for them at that point. Like they have to have the initiative in order for Royal Oppression to even be good. Deck Dev is
yeah.
scary, but again, you side up to
Deck dev
two
is
trap
scary.
stones. You have
I side
mobility.
around it. I
Yeah.
take out 2 quick draws against Vayu and Blackwings. Typically, I'll go to 1. Sometimes I'll keep in 2 if I'm going first, and I don't know. Sometimes it's a feel thing. Like usually sides are mostly the same cards, but I don't 100% of the time do the same sides against every list. Sometimes it has to do with like what cards have they seen game one, because that might change how they might side. So,
Exactly. Exactly. I honestly just
but
keep all three in because like if I'm going first, I just want to like summon the synchro monster before they get a chance to have deck dev. But I understand
yeah, that's valid.
I understand why you side him out, especially going second. I understand it. I understand why people do it. I just personally don't because I'm a little crackhead and I need to summon Drill Warrior
Sure.
every game. You know what I mean?
It's fair. It's fair. I mean, sometimes they just overside so hard against like, oh, I'm gonna bring in all the deck devs and all the royal oppressions and all the, and then I just fucking beat them down with like tokens and Caius and shit like that, and they're like, oh, my cards are useless.
Yeah, it's like sometimes they'll flip Royal Oppression. You're like, all right, set Dandelion, sack token for Caius. Now you can't special summon, and I have the biggest monster in play. What do you do?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you've Royal Oppression just isn't enough. It has to be specifically deck dev for a significant amount, and it has to be deck dev like going first. And even, dude, even in your top 8 match when you played against the hybrid Blackwings guy, and you went second, open Titanial, got deck dev'd turn 1, and then still beat him. I was like, you can't call this deck not a tier 1 deck. Like, it's just crazy because like that is the
Yeah. I
situation
mean,
that everyone says is like the
I,
worst possible, right? And it still wins in that situation. Like, that's crazy.
I will say I got lucky as fuck with the brain control top, but like you said, I also got unlucky drawing Titanial, getting decked of turn 1 and not having like a crow to stop it or whatever, you know, because he went like for the graph for Armed Wing to make the turn 1 deck dev live and crow would stop that. So like I got unlucky and then extremely lucky. But you know, I beat in Swiss 2 Vio Turbos and then in top 8 2 more hybrid Blackwings, and they all were using deck dev, so it's not crushed by it. You know, you side accordingly. Um, and yeah, you know, play
Yeah,
smart.
exactly. Exactly. This deck is gasoline. Thank you for sharing it with us today, Schwifty. Is there anything you want to
Absolutely.
plug?
Thanks for having me.
Is there anything you want to plug while you're still here? Like, do you have like a Twitter? Do you have like a Blue Sky even? Oh shit.
Oh no, yeah, the blue sky. I've heard about that. No, I don't. I'm one of those weirdos that doesn't fuck too much with social media these days, but I probably need to change that. But and then nothing I need to plug. Shout out to the people in the Quickdraw Discord that love this deck and want to play it. Shout out to you for walking back and forth with me on ideas, and it's been fun. Thanks for hosting the online RBT, and I'm probably gonna bring this deck to Rulers. Maybe the same, maybe slightly tweaked.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hopefully it does well for you there. And for anyone looking to participate in RBET, RBT LA signups in the description, we didn't mention it, but yeah, definitely check that. And we'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.